All right, what's good, everyone? We here today on a special edition of LiveWire Sports Media with a pregame of the Washington Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, Part Two. As you know, that I have my man Cool McCain in the house from Eagles Elite, and soon we'll be joined by Miss Diva, another Eagles. But until then, we definitely about to drop that intro.
After the game, it's the aftermath. Win or lose, we still wave our commander's flag. Riding with Wentz under center, making the pass. Jahan Dotson, young rookie, making a splash. That burgundy and gold, that's what we about. Jonathan Allen knocking QBs to the ground. We die hard and nobody can shut us down. Cause this is the greatest show in town. Let's go! Go, 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 go.
Let's go. Shout out to Key for that video she did for me last year with the intro. So yeah.
Absolutely.
So she be holding it down for me. So, Mr. McCain.
Yes, sir.
Here we are again.
Mm-hmm.
Not Atlantic Star, but here we are again. The first game we discussed was good. Overtime, 3-point win by y'all. We had our chances. I still say they robbed us of the Terry call because I seen it again Sunday against the Giants when Jalen Hyatt with that toe touch drag. Same thing. So got to watch our game against over Sunday.
Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins. What I was a little surprised, but not too surprised because I knew your defense was going to put the pressure on Tua to make him move the ball a little bit faster. Which can you go into that game and to the do's and the good and the bad and the ugly in that game?
Well, the ugly was turnovers, right? Like I'm always the anti-turnover dude, and a lot of people say, "Oh, cool, man. They can't make you happy, man. You always want to nitpick." Let me tell you something, man. If your goal is to be 8-9, 9-8, just to make the playoffs, so you happy? Then yeah, if we turn over as long as we win, cool. But if your goal is to be better than you were last year, there's only one thing that the Philadelphia Eagles can do to be better than last year, and that's win the Super Bowl. So in order to go deep in the playoffs, win the Super Bowl, you can't make these mistakes as your quarterback. Can't do this. Can't fumble the ball. Can't throw a bad interception. So yeah, I'm gonna nitpick those things because I know where I want my team to go and where the team say they want to go. So when I'm covering, I gotta cover it from that perspective. If we was 5-12 last year, I'm good where we at right now. But we won 5-12 last year. At this point last year, we was undefeated. And we already took a loss. And we took a loss to a Jets team with Zach Wilson at quarterback.
I agree.
So, yeah, you got to look at it from that perspective. So for me, the turnovers definitely was the the worst part of the game. Also on top of that, the other thing was there were times where our DBs were getting burnt, like straight up. I ain't gonna try to sugarcoat it. There were times where they got burnt. Those were the bads for me because going up a team like the Commanders and other teams that we're going to face this year, if your DBs cannot stay with their wide receivers, tight end, it's going to be some big plays that are going to happen that you don't want to happen. So that's the bad for me.
All right. And speaking of DBs, y'all went out and made a trade with the Tennessee Titans to shore up that secondary. So, as we all say in football land, the rich get richer. I mean, if I had a GM like him in Washington, I think some of this gray hair in my head will be gone by now. What's up, Scrub Zero in the house? What's up, brother?
Scrub. What up?
Scrub is a Giants fan, so he's coming in here probably trolling me. So, did you like the signing of that trade that y'all
Yeah,
made?
Kevin Byard, absolutely. Um, we needed to short up. We got rid of a guy who great in the run phase of being a safety, but horrible in the pass phase in Terrell Edmonds. We also gave up a fifth and a sixth round pick. Both of those picks were not our picks. The fifth round pick was from the Tampa Bay Bucks, so it's going to
Mm,
be a better pick for them. The sixth round pick was from the Tennessee Titans, so they got back their sixth round pick essentially, and then they got Tampa's fourth round pick, and then safety Terrell Edmonds. So Edmonds will be good if they put him in the right situations for them. But we need guys that can cover as well as tackle, and he couldn't do that. Not at the same level. Like his coverage was below average. Byard's gonna come in, man. He's obviously gonna be our other starting safety, but there's still a problem that remains. We only
hmm
still only have three safeties on the active roster. The only other safety besides him and Blankenship is Sidney Brown. I've lamented all season. You got to have some depth. You got to have depth. So if
Yeah.
we're going to look at it, maybe we're looking at it and saying we got some guys at cornerback. The worst case scenario we need, we can throw them in and have them play, some safety. So hopefully that's
Exactly.
the we're taking because we don't have another. We only have three. Um, so I like the trade. Scrub, you wrong for that. You dirty for
I
that,
know,
Scrub.
right?
You dirty.
I know he did. It's all nah. I think losing to the Giants. I know that's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah, Scrub's my guy too, though. So yeah,
Yeah.
he gives us some love on the Eagles Elite Zone too. So appreciate him for
Yeah.
that.
I like Scrub. I
But
like Scrub. Scrub.
yeah,
Um. So all right. So I'm gonna do the good and bad and ugly for us real quick. I'm gonna start with the ugly. Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio, and yes, Eric B. Enemy. And you alluded to something that me and Merle was talking about Monday is that because actually Merle brought it to my attention because I always say, well, if the team makes the playoffs, then that's a step in the right direction. But he told me this. He said, if you're not building a team to be in the Super Bowl, then what you building a team for? I mean, yeah, making the playoffs is pretty substantial, but if you seen
it's
from the,
cute,
it's cute, but it doesn't get you, it doesn't
right?
get you to the prom. It doesn't graduate you. You know what I'm saying? So, and I had to sit back and think about it a little bit more. But like, yeah, that makes sense. If you building a roster, build it for a Super Bowl. That's how the Buccaneers. That's how the Eagles. That's how Kansas City. That's how San Francisco looks at it. You know, and then everybody else is second nature. Now you could say Miami Dolphins because they pretty much being built the same way, you know.
Right.
So Detroit could be, it depends on what they do in year 3. This is year 2 right now. So, but if they continue, then hey. So, like I said, the ugly for me is them three. All right, Eagles diva is back in the house.
Back.
Um, So before I'm gonna circle back to you because we doing the good, and bad, and ugly for the game last week of the Eagles and the Dolphins. So I'm giving my Commanders and Giants good and the bad, ugly. So I was saying the ugly is the coaching because they seem like they can't get out their own way. It seems like each one of them is jockeying for something instead of just be on the same page. You know, the offensive line's still bad. It's like they stand around looking at Sam Howell getting murdered on the field, and it's like, yeah, okay, Sam Howell has to do a little bit better, but at the same time, people got to understand this is Sam Howell's first year as a full-time starter, so
True.
it's a lot he's going to learn. He only started one game, and that one game is like it wasn't even enough because that was the end of the season against the Dallas Cowboys. So what can you take from that? It's not like he started 7 games last year and then he was more accustomed to the speed of the game. The speed of the game is new to him. It's not like it was in North Carolina. So I still don't beat him up enough because as experienced as Eric B. Enemy is, Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio, well, I'm gonna take Jack Del Rio out of Ron Rivera and Eric B. Enemy. They should know how to manipulate the pocket, master offensive line a little bit better. They did it a great job of it last year when y'all knocked our head for almost 10 sacks in the game, you know, and then we learned from that. So it's taking you all the way to 7 games in the season just to finally start addressing to offensive line. So, let me pause one. Um, so that's my youngest. So she was asking me a question. But the the bad was that we didn't score number 7 points off of a muff punt. You had opportunities to put more points on the board, and you continue to shoot yourself in the foot when you was averaging almost 20 to 30 points a game throughout the season. You managed to get 7 points to a Giants team that really didn't have. And I think the Tyrod Taylor situation shocked them because we was always geared up for Daniel Jones, but never thought that Tyrod Taylor was going to push the ball downfield, and that kind of like caught us by surprise because
by surprise too.
Yeah, so he was pushing the ball down the field. So and they was using Jalen Hyatt for his speed. So I was kind of miffed by that. Was disappointed because we had a chance to tie the game. Sam Howell rolled out. He was being chased, but he could have faked it to Jahan because he had Logan Thomas sitting in the back of the end zone. Terry was on the other side, or he could have ran for the first down and still being able to find a way to get in the end zone. But these are some of the things that I still say that your coaching staff should help you recognize a little bit more. We all see how quarterbacks make mistakes and they go on the sideline. The offensive coordinator sitting there with the tablet going over that play over to make sure they could be more aware of what's going on. So hopefully, we'll see in the future. Now, the good of that is that the defense kept us in the game, and we just couldn't do nothing with it. Montez, Chase, Deron, and all of them, they was pretty much keeping the Commanders in the game. But we didn't allow Saquon Barkley to get off like you normally do. There were some things that we could have did better in the secondary. St. Jude's got burned, but he made some good plays. But at the end of the day, your offense should be able to move up and down the field. As skilled as the guys that we got on the opposite ball, I know the reason why, because Wink Martindale was blitzing us so bad. I mean, it was as soon as Sam hiked the ball, it's like somebody was right there in his face every time. And then second quarter, the second half, they kind of slowed everything down. So with that being said, that's pretty much my good, bad, and ugly from the game. I mean, it's more ugly than anything. But so Diva, I'm gonna go to you. Cool gave his good and bad or ugly. So you
I gave my bad. I didn't give my good or ugly yet.
Oh, okay. You ain't gave your good or ugly yet. Well, go ahead, Diva. You go ahead and give yours.
As far as our game goes, our good was that, we saw a tush push this week. We really didn't see that last week. The offense was a little bit better. We adjusted come the second half. Jalen was still throwing a little too much for me. I wasn't comfortable with him doing all that throwing, and we're still not using Swift as I think that we should be. But the good was the defense. Like, the defense showed up and showed out. We haven't been allowing. I mean, we kept them at 17 points. And we contained Cheetah and Waddle when he was in there. And even when he came back, he didn't, contribute much. We shut down a run game. So the defense has really been making strides beside that 1 week we had where I don't know what happened. But yeah, that's my good and bad and ugly for the game.
All right, cool. Go ahead and get your other.
So my ugly is real quick. The offensive play calling is ugly. We don't run the ball enough. Run the freaking ball. And Kenneth Gainwell does not game well. So why are we running the ball with Gainwell that don't gain well. We need to stop that. All right. Boston Scott is on the bench and Rashard Penny is there. Either he's good enough to play or get him off the team and find somebody else. But we cannot use the smallest running back we have, the slightest of frame and foot, to be the guy that you want to use in the red zone to run the ball. That's the
Mm-hmm.
ugly. That's going to be the ugly until they fix it. For the good, the offense as a whole. AJ Brown did his thing. Dallas Goedert did his thing. Devontae Smith, not as many opportunities as he gets sometimes, but he did make the catches this week. He didn't drop him like last week. So I think the offense as a whole, Diva already to the defense, which absolutely everybody could say. But I think the offense as a whole did well. But again, the turnovers by my quarterback, it's got to be better. That was one of my got to fix it things, right? Also, on top of that, we just have to do a better job of slowing things down and doing what
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. We have a year of tape. We have a offensive coordinator that was on the team in the staff last year. Should have been in the room with the quarterback, helping come up with the plays he's going to run, helping with the playbook. And he forgot all of it. I need him to do better. That's about good, bad, ugly, and a bonus. What in the world is going on?
You said no bonus was were going on. So as me, cool. We was just talking before Diva came on. We was talking about the first matchup between the Commanders and the Eagles, which I still say that we had a chance to win that game. I think we had a chance to win it in regulation instead of having it in overtime. But if you're going to beat great teams, you got to eliminate everything. I mean, every mistake that is, because the Eagles is only getting better year in and year out. There's no stopping this team. This team is like really now the class of the NFC. We all talked about the 49ers. Cool, you know me. I shoot from the hip. I call it as I'm very critical when it comes to stuff. But I look at the 49ers. They don't drop two straight. You know what I'm saying?
And a strong possibility of a third one because Brock Purdy ain't playing Sunday.
Yeah. So that's going to be, and to me, if big if, because I'm probably draw it on my forehead, big if the Commanders could ever get themselves together, there's an opportunity for them to join the party to get in the playoffs. But the Eagles right now, their offensive philosophy is different from last year, but their mentality is still the same, is to get better. When you go out and make a trade to shore up your secondary, knowing that your cornerbacks is kind of suspect, and you making sure that you're not trying to give up deep passes or whatever the case, because you know what your schedule look like coming down, that shows that this team is not content. They're getting better. The same thing with the Kansas City Chiefs. They just did that. They got McCall Hardman back, knowing that they need more speed on the wire out there in the wide receiver. Travis Kelce just can't be able to do it, you know what I'm saying, by itself. So these are the things that I look at when teams make moves. And to order to beat the Eagles, you're going to have to be on your game. And I just think that you got to be a little bit aggressive, not overly aggressive, but aggressive enough to like, hey, let them know. Like last year when we played y'all, the first game, it was bad. The second time, y'all was undefeated. It was on a Monday night. Taylor Heineke started. So that was a whole different approach. But we ran the ball, we controlled the clock, we slowed y'all down. Here it's a whole different thing because the Eagles could run the ball, but they actually slowing the game down where they letting the defense dictate how to maneuver throughout the game. So it's a whole different approach in the game. So to cool comeback. So Diva, what do you expect in this second on the second time around from the Eagles and Commanders game?
I'm expecting more pressure on Sam Howell because the first game we did not get the pressure that I know that we should have got. Hassan Reddick, I think, was still in that cast, so he wasn't as active as he is now. And now that we have tightened up that donut hole just a little bit, it ain't as wide as it was. I do believe there's gonna be a lot more pressure, and it's gonna be hard to run the ball. or even throw the ball down the field with the defense getting a little stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the offense, my only gripe about our offense is that red zone non-creative play calling that we have going on when we get down to the red zone. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the only thing that kind of worries me. Um, when it comes to not only this game but any other game. But I do see us putting more pressure on Sam Howell and him not being able to throw any deep balls like he did. Like we made him look like he was the man the first time we played y'all, even
Mm-hmm.
though we beat y'all. We barely beat y'all. And luckily for Jake Elliott, you know what I'm saying? Luckily we held y'all, got the ball back, went down, kicked the field goal, and luckily he made it. But I expect a lot more pressure. I'm hoping as the weeks go by that our offense really figures out the red zone tactics and how they can be more creative.
Mm-hmm.
Stop using Gainwell. Okay. All right. Use Austin Scott. Throw in the end zone sometimes. I don't know if maybe they just not trusting Jalen because he does have a lot of interceptions this year, which we ain't used to that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's how I see it.
Cool. What do you see in this second time around matchup against the Commanders and Eagles?
So we know they're going to attack the middle where there's been the easiest to attack before, and I get that. That makes sense. Defensively, what we need to do is ensure that again, like we did some the first game. Sam Howell's still young; he's still learning. Give him looks that aren't what's gonna happen. Make it look like blitz. Don't blitz. Make it look like zone blitz. Right. Make it like man to man zone. So do things to make him see something pre snap, and then when
Mm-hmm.
he gets the ball, he's like, "Oh no, it's not what I thought it was," and he has to take an extra second to process. So Jalen Carter can put him on his butt. Um, we have to make sure that we put pressure. We have to speed up his internal clock. Try to get him to make mistakes. We have to make sure that we don't allow the Commanders to run on us. We are not allowing teams to run. We are the best run defense in the league as of now. Season ain't over, but continue to do the things that we are doing with the run game. Make you one dimensional, so we know what you're going to do, and then give him something that's different from what he thinks is going to be to make him have to take extra time to think. That's what we need to do defensively and make sure that we stay on the receivers. We do those things, defensively we'll be fine. Offensively, what we have to do is we have to run the freaking ball. Okay? And then when we after we run the ball, run the freaking ball. And then the
Run it
next time,
more.
run the
Run it
freaking
more.
ball. But what we don't need a lot of is Jalen Alexander Hurts running the ball on design plays. That has to stop. Oh, and this thing that we used to do last year was very successful. I know Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni don't know what I'm talking about. It's called the RPO. I'd love to see it again. We miss it. Jalen misses it. The running backs, I'm sure, miss it. The line misses it. The wide receivers miss it. Everybody misses it. Can we get that back? That would be very, very nice. It would be so helpful to the offense for us to do what was successful last year. And screen passes to the running backs, screen to Dallas Goddard. When you get a big guy like Dallas Goddard moving toward the goal line and you actually throw him a screen pass, guess what happens?
He catches
He
it.
gets big yards and he might score. And he did it in the red zone. Crazy. Never would have thought. Just because it worked last year 5-6 times, never would have thought it worked. That's the things we gotta do.
Yeah.
I'm upset with the play calling, as y'all can tell. I'm pissed off with the play calling.
Well, I mean, rightfully so, because even though, the Eagles only lost one game, I mean, they still, like I said, to me, I see them, they always still trying to get better, you know. And even though, like, Miami had fits against their pressure, and like Diva said, that Sweat, he don't have that cast on. And I do believe this time around that the Eagles going to take pages out of Wink Martindale, what the Giants did against Sam Howell last week. Now, my thing is, Ron Rivera said that they're going to make changes to the offensive line. I want to see what kind of changes is going to be because they have to know that this is coming. I mean, the Eagles is going to blitz. they're going to confuse. What the same thing that y'all just said, that we got to run the ball. We got to find some way to run the ball, establish the run. Plus, we got to use screenplays. Stop trying to go down the field all the time. Stop trying to push it, because
That's
right
what we
now,
do.
You
you know
sound
what I'm
like
saying?
us.
So, and I have seen it all year. Stop trying to get Sam to drop back 18 yards to throw the ball.
Jalen.
You know what I'm
Jalen.
saying? And then all of a sudden, you know, the guy, he get ready to cock it back, the throw, and the dude is sitting in his on his top of his shoulder. You know, you can't do that. You know, get him short looks, get him them Tom Brady precision passing, you know, across the middle, dump it real fast. Keep the defense guessing, you know, use Terry, use Samuels, use Jahan. You're not using these quick twitch wide receivers. Yeah, you want to get the ball to Terry, but at the same time, use Terry in a different way. Move him
He
around
always get the
some.
ball to Terry at the wrong time too.
Exactly. Terry gets the ball in the second half when we down and we trying to get we need a score. Use him in the first half. Get him hot. You giving it to Logan Thomas, who, I mean, yeah, he's catching, but we still got Cole Turner that I like to use. You got John Bates that could catch a little bit. It's so many different variety of weapons we have, and we don't. It's excuse me. It doesn't seem like it's clicking the way it need to be. It's like there's a piece here, piece there, piece everywhere. You know, the running backs don't. If they ain't running the ball, then all of a sudden they start being more receivers, catching all the balls, and then the receivers, it's just out there. So you got, like I said, Eric Bieniemy can't turn us into the Kansas City Chiefs. We not the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, we're not even a baby Kansas City Chiefs. We're not even a tiny Kansas City Chiefs. We just nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? We nothing.
Cold-blooded.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, hey, the truth is the truth. Truth hurts sometimes.
I'm saying, I'm like, what's the girl in Rocky? Adrian. I'm like, Adrian, you can't win, Ron. You can't win. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta crawl before you walk. Take the little things what the defense giving you. If you have to play time possession, do that. Don't be afraid of it. I mean, we get down, we can't we can't dig our way out. It's hard. Sam was getting his head knocked in, like in Rocky IV when the Russian just hit him all side of his head, and he just like,
If he dies, he dies.
you know, what you wanted, boy. You know what I'm saying? Just get me out the game. So I just feel like do stuff simplify the game for him. If you simplify it, and if you change the offensive line, and God willing, if it works, simplify the game. Make sure the Eagles don't overload so much. You know, take what they give you, because this game, I think this game is going to be a little bit closer. But if the Eagles and everybody they start coming and blitzing, this game will get out.
It was close last game.
It was net booty tight last game. It can't be no closer than that.
How close I want it?
Yeah, how close you want it?
I want it like this. I want us to be tied together into one team.
That's what happened last game. What do you mean?
So
yeah, exactly at the last minute.
Yeah, so I just want us to be competitive again. I think every time the Eagles and the Commanders play each other, it's always been competitive. It's always been real physical and stuff like. Even though the Eagles would dominate us, and like even the first game of the season last year, y'all had all them sacks, but it just felt like we couldn't get our own way. And y'all
did have Carson Wentz.
That's what's the biggest problem.
That's what happened.
I told you on NFC Beast before the season started, if you going into a season and you're going to have Softy McCarson as your quarterback, things weren't going to go well. You know what I'm saying?
And you already know we was mad because he messed up our whole everything, the whole juju. So
yeah. And I was
ready
like,
to get him that work.
And everybody, And you know, we was all talking trash last year. Oh, Carson Wentz on his revenge tour.
He had a
Yeah,
revenge tour. I want to
yeah,
see revenge on his armbots.
yeah.
Yep.
I was like, man, this is. I was after that game. I was just like, oh, what is going on? What is going on? And then we finally clicked a little bit. Then we beat y'all on Monday night. I was like, all right, okay, maybe we on to something. Nope, that was a mirage. That whole
It was fool's gold.
fool's gold because he put Cripple Man back in again. You know what I'm saying? We barely beat Chicago that Thursday night when we played them last year. He threw a block and hurt his finger in that game, and he was out for like 4 or 5 games from that point. You should have
And
just
y'all was
hurt.
playing good too.
You
Yeah.
know that boy soft. That boy soft. Soft as trauma tissue.
Up
So
here.
exactly. And I'm glad he ain't in the NFL. God, nobody call him. Good griefus.
Right.
I thought the Jets was
Man,
gonna call him.
I got a
boy,
question for you though, Martin.
yeah.
What do you think is the difference between how plays was called with Taylor Heineke than what they're doing with Sam Howell?
Oh my gosh. I am so glad you brought that up because I was talking to somebody
This
over
is
the
about to be
weekend
fun.
and I say we should appreciate Taylor Heineke a little bit more. Not knocking Sam Howell because he is first year, but Sam Howell would literally move out the pocket. He will run. Now, yeah, he might turn the ball over as the pressure get to him, but he is gutsy. He might not have a strong arm, but he should always find Terry. Last year he was finding Jahan, a lot. He runs out the pocket. He get the initial yardage that he want, and if you ever had your favorite rapper and you had a hype man right next to it, that's Taylor Heineke, the hype man. Now, a lot of people in the Commanders community probably will have my head for this, but they all didn't like Taylor Heineke. They was like, oh, he's not the answer. Okay, he served his purpose. Whatever he was for us last year, he served the purpose. Now, Scott Turner had certain plays for him, but the offensive line was bad. I think the offensive line is worse than it is this year than it was last year. But the one thing I could say, Taylor Heineke would move out the pocket. He will run out the pocket, from time to time. And that's what I'm asking Sam Howell to do. Stop sitting there. I'll have watched Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, they will sit there from time to time. Now, Patrick Mahomes would throw from the pocket every
Yeah,
now
he
and then.
will.
He would.
A lot.
But
A lot.
if he sits back there and he sees the opening, he gone.
Mm-hmm.
He is gone. That's what I want Sam Howell to do. I want him to drop back. If you don't find nobody, run out the pocket and throw the ball or run and get a first down. Put pressure on the defense. And that's the difference between the two. And that's the difference between the two offenses. Every enemy wants to sling it all over the field like we in college somewhere. You ain't got ain't no Tyreek Hill on our team.
Nope.
There ain't no McCall Hardman on our team. You can't sling it like that. We don't have no Travis Kelce on our team. And and he got a real. I listened to his press conference today, Diva. Now he said, "Well, all those got to take accountability." Okay, it sounds good to the media, but how you going to translate that to the field when a team knowing that this team almost beat us, we ain't gonna give them no chance to survive this game. They're gonna come out and try to smash your head in. How are you gonna respond? Because the thing about it is, we 3-4. What? Yeah, 3-4. We'll be 3-5. We got what? I think we got the Patriots next, and then Seattle next.
Well,
That's gonna be a.
3-7.
That's yeah. That's
Patriots is trash, though. Patriots is trash.
Patriots, but they beat Buffalo.
Yeah, but the Jets beat us. That's trash still.
Right.
But that trash, they might be trash, but we trashier.
I don't know, man. Whack and cheese is whack. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's real whack.
After last week, after the Giants lost, I said this: we ain't about to win another game because I think Ron Rivera waited too late in the game to make these offensive line changes. You should have did that when Buffalo smashed us at home. You could have fixed it then. Or you could have you waited. Yeah, okay. We played the Eagles close. Okay, but we still didn't win. But there still was problems. Sam Howell still got sacked 5 times
which
in the
wasn't
game.
enough, by the way.
He was getting
Yes,
sacked
sir,
5.
wasn't.
Yeah, he was getting sacked 5 times a game. It's like you time that. That's 20 sacks a game almost. He up to 40. You don't think the Eagles gonna sack him 5 times a game?
Oh,
Yeah.
we better be more than 5 times. Better be a lot of
Hopefully,
pressure this time.
hopefully more than
So
5.
Mm.
So the thing about it is, I think our defense is going to show up. I think Jonathan Allen is pissed off. He says 7 effing years, and I'm tired of this.
Same
So
stuff. Yeah.
same stuff. So therefore, I think his comment was resonated to Ron Rivera, and that made Ron Rivera start saying, "Okay, we need to change the offensive line." Because if Jonathan Allen didn't say nothing, guess what was going to happen? Ron Rivera would have just sat there looking crazy in the media, as he always do, with them dark shades on. Like I don't know something. I don't know if he got their prescription glasses or sunglasses or Coach Prime glasses. I don't know what he got
They
going
definitely ain't no
on.
coach. They definitely ain't Coach
No,
Prime glasses.
he ain't cool. He ain't cool like that to
Yeah,
get
he
no
definitely
Coach
ain't
Prime
cool enough to
glasses.
get those. Yeah.
So to your question, yeah, I think Taylor Heineke would have ran out the pocket a little bit more because he was gutsy, and they would have they would have rallied around him.
Yeah.
I saw 2 photos of the offensive line to standing around watching Sam Howell got pinned down on the ground. It was like 3 Giants players on it, and they was all just standing around looking like.
So that comes to, is that a chemistry? Because it seemed like Taylor Heineke had a chemistry with the offensive line, so that's why he was able to do what he was able to do. And it don't seem like y'all have chemistry with Sam Howell. Now, Sam Howell played for my team, the Tar Heels, and he wasn't. That's what he did. He sat in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because he did have a good offensive line, so that made him a pocket passer. He really didn't
Yeah,
run. He's not a runner.
yeah.
So really what y'all should have did was kept Taylor Heineke for another year, kind of develop Sam Howell, and then maybe look for something else. But y'all just basically was like, Sam Howell played that 1 or 2 good games last year. You're like, yep, that's it. He's the one. We're going to go with him. And you let Taylor Heineke go, which you probably should have kept him to let Sam Howell develop into NFL.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. You deserve a gold star.
Thank you.
If I could add to that,
sure, sir.
Even 2-3 years in a row, square peg, round hole. Sam Howell is a pocket quarterback. What does a pocket quarterback need to be successful?
Offensive line.
A good offensive line. So, Commanders, I'm gonna give you a little NFC beastly brotherly love. Draft offensive linemen to keep your quarterback upright.
Yep.
Or trade him and go get a mobile quarterback. Make a decision. You can't have a trashy line with a quarterback that's not mobile.
Yeah.
You saw him in college. Everybody knows Sam Howell is a pocket passer. So you have to take your personnel and mold it around your quarterback.
Yeah.
And to Diva's point, you knew he was a pocket passer, and you knew you didn't have a line when you let Taylor Heineke go. Not a smart move.
Because the Miami Hurricanes know Sam Howell pretty well.
Yeah.
They know it pretty well.
Sam Howell could throw. Like, if he's got a good line, like, he could be a good quarterback, but he's got to have that line that can protect him because he's not going to run. He's not a runner.
And you know what's funny to this? Sam Howell is number 7 in the league with quarterbacks right now. As bad as he's been getting sacked in this trashy offensive line, he's still up there in numbers. So if you put a good line around him, imagine what his numbers could be. He have time. And I look at the last 2 drafts, the last 3 drafts. We had a chance to have a starting 5 offensive line. We could have had 5 offensive lines starting right now. We wouldn't have never had no problem. Yeah, I understand you went out for defense. Me personally, the year you drafted Chase Young, you could have got Justin Herbert. Yeah. A couple of years before that, when I was crying for Josh Allen, I was literally pleading for Josh Allen. out of
He was.
Wyoming.
He was.
And I was like, I said, we need him. This guy is it for us. Nope. What we do? Overlook him.
I don't know about Josh Allen. He a little.
I was about to say, but
questionable.
I was about to say, but in all fairness, Josh Allen didn't look good until he got a certain offensive coordinator. And then that offensive coordinator is a head coach, Josh Allen doesn't look as good anymore.
And exactly. So, but we could have had an offensive line. Ron Rivera could have kept when he got here. Trent Williams wanted to stay. He just wanted to. Trent Williams wanted to stay. He told him, if you ain't gonna pay me, trade me. Ron Rivera didn't try to pay him, wanted to go the cheap route. And now look, we could have still had Trent Williams right here, right now. We could have still probably had Brandon Sheriff right here, right now. Because if Trent Williams had stayed, Brandon Sheriff would have stayed. So you would have had two solid offensive linemen.
But y'all don't like to pay linemen, man.
And we could have probably had Morgan Moses. And I don't understand why he don't go out and bring Morgan Moses back. So therefore, we would have had the best offensive line probably in the NFL. Sam Howell would have been operating like a surgeon right about now. But we don't have an offensive line. Now they're trying to find
line in the NFL.
Probably if we had, we don't know what the future may hold. Don't give me no eyes. Don't give me no eyes, man. I'm saying Brandon Sheriff, Trent Williams, and Morgan Moses, yeah, they would have probably one of the best offensive line we had.
Would that have been better than the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But I think that it would have been way better than what we have now.
It would have been better than what you have now.
It would have been way better than what we had now.
It may have been a top 10, 15.
I'll say top 10. I'll give a top 10. You know what I'm saying? I'll give a top 10. I'll give a top 10. It would have been better than some of these other offensive lines that we see everybody getting their head knocked off. But to the point y'all making is that it's true. It's basically true. So honestly, all the air is out of my system. I don't have any air for hope right now. I'm so sorry.
That's tough, man. I hate that for you, bro.
I do too, bro.
I mean, I think that I really want to see in this game what change to the offensive line Ron Rivera had made. I really want to see it. I want to see what they going to come out doing different. Because me personally, I will bench. I call him Jay Leno. It's Charles Leno. I will bench him, and I don't think Leno should have started last week because he already had a family crisis, and I don't think he was mentally there. But he still doesn't play well anyway. I will bench him. I will bring Chris Paul in. I will bench Wiley. Bring in Ricky Stromberg. They had Mason Brooks. He was beasting in training camp. I don't know why they don't bring him up. Nick Gates is trash. I thought he was taking bets in the Giants game because he was just letting people blow right by him. And I was like, are you point shaving or something? What is really going on with this guy?
He didn't take any bets because that gets you suspended. But his cousin Pookie and Auntie Lulu,
yeah,
a couple of his homies,
yeah,
he might have.
probably Tommy for power.
Yep.
I'm saying it's like, man, what is really going on? Because this dude is like, and then he over there shaking a hand, giggling up with him. Your quarterback brains is on the ground, and you over here yapping it up like you did a good job today.
Hey, that means he don't want to be there. He done.
Yep, that's what it sounds like.
But that's Ron Rivera for it. He always signing these. If he ain't Carolina Panthers rejects, he's signing some other people that nobody had no clue about, and they be like, "Oh, this guy Andrew Wiley had a high grade with the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, let's bring him in."
Said,
the rejects.
I got to stop. I just have to say this.
Yes.
If your coach is bringing in Carolina Panthers rejects, he should have been fired.
I'm telling you, if I had some time right now, he would have been. Magic Johnson want to fire him now. Magic Johnson done tweeted
They
twice.
should have fired him the moment he started signing Carolina Panthers rejects. The
This
Panthers
dude,
are the worst team in the NFL.
he
They will
brought
always be.
everybody
The
over
whole
except for
time.
the name. I was like,
Well, hell,
and
that
I'm
mean
gonna
y'all
tell
should
you,
have went and got Cam Newton then. Yeah, man.
Well, that explains the problems you're having. That explains everything.
Right. Explains everything.
I,
That
I'm,
explains a
I'm,
lot.
I'm, I think I'm gonna tell you, Ron Rivera messed up in Carolina real bad because when he fired Ken Dorsey, that was the worst mistake he could have made because Ken Dorsey was the guy. He was the guy that really worked with Cam Newton, got Cam Newton
But
up.
you got to realize they wanted blood here because they were too bad
Mm,
for too long. So it
yeah,
was either get rid of the offense coordinator yourself.
yeah. He said Anthony Price said Washington got Chiefs and Carolina. You ain't lying. We look like a Panther chief, a Chief Panther.
Well, y'all must have got the rejects from the Chiefs because they played while they was over there in Kansas City. I don't know what happened when they came over there to
All I can
Washington.
say is
Because
I'm
we
just
got
stuck on
what? I
Panthers
think we got
reject.
Pringle on our team, and I like Pringle. I think Pringle should play. I think he should play. I mean, James Crowder has helped the special teams out since he played. The special teams that look really good, but we can't do nothing with the field position. So it's like we fit. I'll tell you, it's like you ever seen the Wizard of Oz when the Scarecrow got torn apart and a little bit of his body was over there and a little bit was over there, and they said, "Where you at?" He said, "Well, they took me and threw me over here and a little bit over there." And they just say, "Well, that's just you. Some of you everywhere." That's just what the Washington Commanders is. Some of them are all over everywhere, and you can see the frustration in these guys. And I'm telling you, I hate this. We lose to the Eagles Sunday.
Oh,
I
y'all
don't
gonna
even.
lose.
Yeah, I know. Diva, thank you for
Y'all gonna lose.
thank you, Diva. I remember the first time I was on your show and I first met you, Diva, and she hit me with that 35 or something. I was like, oh Lord, she came out the gate. Pain now, pain. I was like, because
Hey,
that before I even knew you was cool's sister, and I was like, yeah, cool got me. He done set me up. I'm like, who is she? She don't say she, and then she's a setback cool to about. Yeah, I think it's gonna be 37-10. I'm like, oh gosh. I'm trying to be optimistic, and she just bust my head. I was like, oh. I was like, man. I said,
I
boy,
mean that's what it was supposed to be, but it ain't
yeah,
happen like that. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, you look
yeah,
smarter than us with the final score.
Right.
yeah. Oh my gosh. He said, hey, crazy how you compare the Wizards of Oz with the Washington Commanders. Hey man, I'm gonna tell
AP,
you
he
my
wilding.
hey Anthony, you stick around, come on my live streams a lot. You'll hear a lot of metaphors. I'll be referencing a lot of things to this team. Because I'm telling you, I talk to a lot of people, and I understand. I'm a fan too, but I'm critical of this team. I'm been wanting Ron Rivera fired since last year when he said he didn't know we were supposed to make the playoffs.
That's when he should have been fired. I completely
I
agree.
Exactly.
wanted him fired then, and everybody hit me with the oh well, Ron Rivera, he a good man. I don't care. At the end of the day, it's all about wins and losses. If you ain't putting your team to win games, then guess what's going to happen? You don't serve no purpose. Yeah. Oh, and matter of fact, I don't know if y'all saw my Facebook story. It was a blog by Burgundy Gold blog. Said that Ron Rivera said last year that he's not worried about job security because if the team goes 8-1 or whatever the case might be, then 40 out of the 50-something players that he drafted, he felt like he's vindicated. So he didn't care if he made the playoffs or not last year. I was like, boy, Daniel Snyder, why you messed this team up? I needed him fired right then and there. Don't comments, and he knows that Magic Johnson ain't playing with him. If Magic Johnson publicly calling you out, calling for your head out of the 2 home games, and if we lose this game badly, I just don't see how he could still be coaching the end of the year. I just don't.
I
I
think he
mean,
got a
because
pity party because he had cancer. So I think that's the
yeah,
reason why they left him on. Because if I was Magic, as soon as I bought that team, bro, you gone. Bye.
that's what I'm
Oh, trust
saying.
me. If Magic was a majority owner, he'd be out of there that day.
Yeah,
Yep.
he'd have been gone by now. And I'm telling you, it's like I don't even understand it, man, because this is boy, Caleb Williams looking good and good by the minute.
I don't know, man. You seen him the last couple of weeks?
Oh yeah, he look bad. I do want Brock Bowers though. Whew. Man, I would love to have Brock Bowers.
If I want anybody out of the draft, I want Marvin Harrison Jr.
Man, you know what? I will quit
That's what I
watching.
want.
I will quit watching the
him
NFL.
and I want Jeremiah Trier Jr.
Oh yeah, for
Yes.
Clemson, yeah.
Yes.
Now I would love to have him too. But if
No, his dad played for us. He comes to the Eagles. We're gonna
they're
call
draft
Howard
him.
personally.
They're gonna draft him in like the 3rd round, even though he's like a 5th round grade. They're gonna draft him in the 3rd round.
Well, we need to get Ron Rivera them out of there quick so they won't mess up the draft. I'm telling you, Caleb Williams is a deck of the NCAA. Oh my God. Facts.
Got a point.
Hey, Pizzle, bro. You ain't even lying. That's the funny part about it. You not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Anthony Price said, I'm a Washington fan too. This Ron Rivera last year. No, I'm telling you, Anthony, to be honest with you, bro, if I always try to get the hope, but if we get blown out, I mean, I'm telling you, if we really get the brakes beat off of us Sunday, there is no way that Ron Rivera stays. I can't see it because I'm telling you, I can't see him staying. I cannot see him staying if we get beat really, really bad because it don't make no sense to keep him at all. It doesn't make no sense to keep him at all. So, I mean, I don't know. Ron Rivera did say, "Oh, we was 3-4 at this time last year, and it's 10 games left." Okay, but you had a chance to get in the playoffs, and you didn't know you were supposed to make the playoffs. So how can we trust? How we could trust your 10-game analogy? I'd rather give my 10-game analogy, and I think we have a better fight for that. So, with that being said, I know what the Eagles is about. So, Diva, I'm sorry with you first. Give me your score prediction, man.
This time it's gonna be 31-10. Give y'all 10. 31-10.
All right, cool. She said 31-10.
So I got 42-24.
Man, I'm about to hit this.
We put up a 40 burger.
I'm about to put this
40 burger in this piece.
Let me tell you something.
But y'all staying in the game. Y'all got 24 points. That's over 3 times. That's almost 3 times.
Oh yeah, he gave you more than I gave you. I gave you 10.
Yeah.
He did give y'all what? 12, 14
24.
more?
I'm gonna tell you. No, I'm doing a play-by-play live stream for the Miami Hurricanes. Thank God. Whew. I almost got myself that time. I thought I was doing a live play-by-play. I would end that stream so fast on Sunday if I did a live stream play-by-play for real.
Hey, Diva, A Pistol said 10 points. Who's scoring the touchdown?
Brian Robertson.
Yeah, Brian Robertson.
Yeah, y'all get it.
Yeah,
my
Brian.
Team loves you for that, by the way.
So 10 points. Who's scoring the touchdown? Ooh, yeah, Brian Robertson or Curtis Samuels.
Yeah, either one of them.
Either one of them. So I don't see. Look at here, 42 points. Cool.
Hey, you better well do it. Miami put up 70 because we could do it.
Hey, yeah.
And that's the thing about it. We gotta play Miami later this year. Oh my gosh. I might not even watch that game.
All I got to say is
if we get 80 put on us, oh my gosh. I would not do no Washington content for the rest of the season. I
don't think Mike McDaniel would do that because he could have put up easy 77 on Denver. He stopped. I do agree with A Pizzle's last comment. We're not gonna put up no 70 because we ain't gonna run the ball enough.
Right. If we run the ball,
we ain't gonna bust them big runs because we ain't gonna run the ball enough.
Man, I don't even have a score prediction today. That's the bad thing about it. I don't even have one.
Come on, man.
I mean, I could lie and make up one real quick, but
we're gonna lie and make up one.
Well,
Diva,
yeah,
I can't with you right now.
Don't take you like 20 seconds to breathe in, breathe out.
Oh my
Come up with
gosh.
that thing real quick.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. I wish I had a glass of wine or something
See
right
that
now.
42
That,
44
that
don't
would
look
have
too
made it
bad.
feel
We got to
good.
come up with one, dude.
Man,
Yeah.
because I don't even have one. I will be optimistic right about now. I'm very optimistic about this team, but the reality has set in bad.
Well, y'all did put up 17. What was it 17, 20, 20 something last game? So
Mhm.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
gave 24. I'm saying I gave 24.
we couldn't even put up 7. I mean, we couldn't
against the
even put up
Giants.
Giants. That's the hard one. We
And that's all
fell.
y'all scored was one touchdown, no field goal, no nothing else.
We wouldn't even score that if they was in a muff punt. That's why I'm sitting here like, and I'm sitting here thinking like, well, maybe if the offensive line do play good this game. What? All right, for shits and giggles, I'm about to do this one. 31-21.
Okay.
Who got
I mean, that's
31?
good.
31-21.
Who got 31?
And that's being nice.
He said who got 31?
Who you think? Not us. I mean, I'm not
I just
picking
wanted
us.
to make.
I ain't picking us to win.
No, I just wanted to make sure that when people are watching your video, they know who you saying 31 and who you saying 20.
Yeah, I'm being real. I ain't picking us to
I
win.
know who you were saying, my dude. I know who you were saying. I just want to make
I
sure.
mean, each game I'm going in with a whole new mindset. If you win, great. If you don't, I know what to expect. It's like I'm expecting the unexpected with this team. I've been hyped all season. It's like taking a girl to a prom and all of a sudden she ran off with the NFL job. Just leaving me. You ain't about to leave me hanging this game. So I'll have learned my lesson. So therefore, 31-21. And that's being nice. If we win, okay, cool. But I'm good. Y'all ain't about to. I done got pump fake enough. I done got DeMar Rosen so much with this team. I can't. I'm really the frozen.
And that's how I feel about Miami until they do something. That's how I feel about the Hurricanes, which you just said.
Yep. They better beat Virginia this weekend.
Man.
Cause Virginia ain't nothing to play with. I don't care how bad they play. They 2-5, but they don't play like 2-5.
Any given day, honey.
Any
See how
given
they
day.
beat us.
They're just like the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Exactly.
so man, this weekend. Oh my gosh. The only hope I do have is Miami because they do got a real good defense and they got to get out of their own way too. Mario Cristobal, they got. I don't know. Time management must be not the coach's favorite around here these days because nobody knows how to time manage it. Oh, speaking, Washington just hired an analytics person.
For time of possession or what?
I don't know because the
Offensive
dude.
play calling.
I
Maybe.
don't know. I'm like, could you brought in an offensive lineman while you was at it? I mean, he supposed to be
Well, I
really
mean,
good.
y'all got the Tuesday, the deadline Tuesday.
And that's Halloween.
Yep.
Trick or treat.
Hey, if y'all don't give up, you might want to unload some players and get you some cap relief. Just saying.
Well,
The phone is always open to Phillies. Just saying.
Yep.
now you know good and well we ain't about to trade with y'all. I'm not trying to get 70 points put on my head next year.
I'm just saying.
That's no.
The phone's
Now
always open.
Montez, somebody said that an NFL team has made an offer to the Commanders for Montez Sweat, but not Chase Young, because a lot of teams staying away from Chase Young because they're not sure of Chase because of he's been out a long time and
Injury prone.
injury prone. So, but he's playing like he want that bag. So, but I think that my thing is I don't think Washington's going to trade anybody. I think they're going to try to keep both of them guys there. They got a lot of cap to do it, and I don't see it. They need help elsewhere. So, but I don't see it. I don't see it happening. So
That's sad.
yeah,
I'm
because
just
Ron
saying.
Rivera, he believe in defense so much that he neglects the offense. If that's the case, just allow Eric Bieniemy to do whatever he want with the offense, get all the personnel he needs, and just stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. Personally, this is what I really want to do. I will fire Jack Del Rio, move Ron Rivera title from head coach to defensive coordinator, allow Eric Bieniemy to be run the offensive coordinator since he's assistant head coach. Allow him to make them decisions for the offensive line and everything like this, and just have somebody there as like a buffer for him to help him recognize stuff. Let Ron Rivera focus more on the defense. You know, do whatever he need to do, stay him out the way. You know, get him out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because Jack Del Rio, they don't know what's going on with the defense. I mean, they had a good defensive scheme. What a couple weeks ago against Atlanta, that 3-3-5 they ran,
Yeah.
but then it
Atlanta
went back
does
to
have
the four.
Desmond Ritter at quarterback, so that makes every defense look a little bit better. I'm just saying.
But guess what? They went right back to the 4-3 against the Giants. So, I mean, I don't know. Well, I know this for much. On Monday, y'all is more than welcome to come on the show.
Okay.
It'd be me and Merle, and y'all be there because I feel his pain coming. I feel it strongly.
Well, you know, we'd
So
love to have you on Be Elite on Wednesday.
I'll be there. I'll be there. I might have some shades on. Forget my eyes beating for beating over the weekend.
If it's real bad, man, I ain't gonna do it to you, man. If it's real bad, I'm not gonna do it to you.
Yeah, we're not even gonna do you like that, fam.
I
No,
ain't gonna do that.
y'all might have to dedicate a whole 30 minutes to me because I'm gonna tell you Sunday. I promise you, y'all might stay tuned for a YouTube video because I'm after that game. If that game be ugly and it be really really bad, I'm not gonna be responsible. I'm gonna hashtag Ron Rivera be fired all through my video. Hashtag Ron Rivera be fired at the bottom because I'm telling you, if we don't come out and play with some fire, because we can't think about what we played against Philly. Doom weeks don't gone by. Philly's a whole different team. They not at it. It's like we regressing worse since that Philly game. We regress. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we beat Atlanta, but that's nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to beat them. But the way we played, we could have if we didn't get the 3 turnovers, we probably would have lost that game against Atlanta. So
Well, the reason why our game was so close is because of that play calling, the offensive play calling, and we kept having a bunch of 3 and outs, and so we didn't possess that time of clock at all.
well, I'll tell you what. Emmanuel Forbes ain't starting cornerback, so AJ Brown ain't gonna be scoring no 200 points receiving. You don't have to do that on somebody else.
Oh yeah, right. AJ gonna get in.
Because
Period. I don't
bro,
care. That's
look at
half
here.
man, half beast.
That
AJ
joker,
gonna get in.
AJ, man,
Unless you are going to dedicate a second corner, not a safety, not a linebacker, a second corner.
Well, I'll tell
to
you
always
what,
be underneath, and then the other one always over top of AJ
on
Brown.
top.
The only person,
and you still got to watch that because Miami did that, and he still caught the ball.
But if you do that, if you do that,
he was just like, he was
decide,
muscling on dudes. He was going between two people. I thought
half man, half beast.
I was like, man, the only person that from last year that played him decent, they wasn't able to stop him, but he played him decent at St. Jude's because he was a little taller, but AJ Brown is, oh my god,
he's on a whole nother one right now.
And he, you know what?
You have to get in AJ's mind. That's the only help you have. If you can tick him off, you can get him. If you can't tick him off,
and you know what? He making DK Metcalf look bad. I don't even know what's going on with DK over there in Seattle.
But DK didn't even play this past week.
Nope.
But I want to say thank you to DK Metcalf because you know what they did? They made me have to scramble at the last minute. And guess who was the best wide receiver left out there? Y'all not gonna
Oh,
believe this. Jordan Palmer.
oh, I got him.
So I grabbed him and I threw him in. And let me just say, that was one of the best last minute rush moves I ever made.
Jordan Palmer, nice. I like him.
Jordan
I got him
Palmer
in.
snapped this
Yeah,
past week.
we need a
Now
Jordan
back to
Palmer on our
now
team.
back to the bench you go. Back to the bench you go. But
Yeah.
thank you for that week. Back to
So,
the bench you go.
well, I appreciate y'all joining me on this pregame special edition.
Anytime, Big Mar. Anytime. Marty
But
Mar.
you know what I'm saying? I have to cut up on my team. I mean, I love them. It's like a love-hate relationship this year.
You hate
So
to
We
love
had
him.
them.
yeah.
We had that. But I mean, at least the Eagles give you a heart attack every week. So I mean, hey,
But I'm not delusional like Cowboy fans. I'm not
well,
delusional
they
like
forever delusional.
Santa Clara
Like
football
Jet
team fans.
fans.
Yeah,
You know,
Santa Clara.
yeah. So and saying, oh, we gonna be in the Super Bowl every year. We can't even get five. We can't even get past. We can't even get 9 wins in the season. So until that happens, then yeah, maybe we got some hope. But until then, all hope is lost. So
I'm sorry, my man. I'm sorry.
it's okay. I take it.
It's
One
not
of
even funny, man, because we all gonna be there or have been there or gonna be
yeah.
there again. So it ain't even
Right.
funny.
Right.
I mean, and the thing about it is that this team is too talented to be suspect the way they are. It's just, and I promise you, if we had like, what's the offensive coordinator that was with y'all? He left and went to,
Shane Steichen.
Shane Steichen.
yeah, he went to the Colts. I like what he's doing with the Colts. If we had somebody like him and had like a Wink Martindale clone, our team would have been totally different right now. Way totally different. Running different. I mean,
Shoot,
organized.
if
It's
we still
just,
had Shane Steichen, we wouldn't even be complaining about offensive play calling.
yep,
Sure wouldn't. Especially in that red zone.
yeah. So these are the things that it's time to move on from these old, decrepit coaches and get some young blood in there that's very innovative and knows how to scheme and is matchups. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these teams are fast. You got all these quarterbacks. Look at Lamar Jackson just went off Tom Moken from Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
It's about
It's
time Lamar went off.
yeah. I mean, yeah, about time. You're right about
He
that.
needed, he
So
needed a better coordinator.
Yeah.
you think Tom Moken is
He better than what he had.
yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, Greg Roman in it, he ain't coaching nowhere, is
Nope.
I
he?
don't think so.
I know his name had came up before Airbnb to come to us. I mean, we'd have been more of a running team,
Mm,
but
mm.
but I don't know.
For y'all that might be wondering that are watching, as of right now, it's 7:45 left in quarter two. The Buffalo Bills are up 10-0 on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, actually, it's 10-3 now.
Okay, so you got a little bit. You're a little bit ahead of
Yeah,
my Google scoring.
yeah.
I stand
So,
corrected. Google, I go.
but again, ladies and gentlemen,
There we go.
cool,
Now I see 10.
cool McCain, elite Eagles diva in the house. Y'all tell the great people where they can find y'all and all of y'all great work that y'all do.
Cool. You go first because you do like 40,000 different things. So
So we're only gonna talk about a few tonight because y'all ain't gonna listen after a few anyway. So we're gonna start off tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. WDZY FM. You can either go to their website, WDZYFM, WDJY. I always mess up D and J, but WDJYFM.com there, or you can go to the TuneIn app, WDJYFM, and you can listen to my show along with my co-host Stephen Box, Play Callers Sports Talk. Then on tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m., youtube.com/Edreal Play Callers or playcallersportstalk.com/live. And you can check out our weekly show, all interactive. So make sure y'all in the comments if you hop over, talk about what y'all want to talk about, because that's what interactive is all about. And then on Sundays at 12 noon, the hour before the game, when you're getting ready, when you're driving the way you're gonna go, getting snacks together, whatever you're doing, slide on over to WDRB Media, either.com or there on the TuneIn app. And at that point, you can see your boy, well, hear your boy, not see, but hear your boy do the Cool in the Game podcast solo, all
Cool
me.
in the Game.
Yes, baby. Cool in the Game, all me solo. A whole bunch of foolishness and tomfoolery, haberdashery, all those good things. Because that's what I am about. I'm not even front. And then, of course, Wednesday nights, Eagles Elite Podcast, youtube.com/at Eagles Elite Podcast. And then if you go to that Monday nights, I got to talk about one more. Monday nights, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the Monarchs of Wrestling. You can catch me on there with a load of other diehard wrestling fans. AEW, WWE. Sometimes we sprinkle in a little New Japan, maybe a little going back to TNA, which I like way better than Impact Wrestling. And that's also playcallsportstalk.com/live. So that's what we'll talk about today. There's a few other ones. And then Martin got one with me when he decided he wanted to come on Saturdays at 9 p.m.
I mean,
We,
my
we call
mind
it
be
we call
my
it
mind.
NFC Beast. He in the chat with everybody.
I'll be this Saturday.
He in the chat, so we can't say
He
anything.
be in the chat, but he won't be on live.
He in the chat, yes sir. But just want to throw that out there.
I'll be this Saturday. I'll be there. I mean, hey, I can't have enough more pain in my heart right about now. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be there.
Y'all can find me on any social media platform stream at CM Cobb. You can find me on YouTube. I got my own podcast called Black Light Mass Incarceration Show, and you can also get that on any major streaming platform that you get your podcasts. And then Wednesdays, you can catch me on Be Elite, because that's what we do. Bird Gang
Nation. Well, yours truly. You can always catch me here Monday nights, watch the Commanders Aftermath, always talk about the pain that was and will and continue to be of the Washington Commanders. on Tuesday nights, you can catch me with Canes on the Daily when we discuss everything in Miami Hurricanes. So, and then on Saturdays, you can catch me Saturday morning College Showdown, where we discuss and break down college football in whole and make our picks. And on Saturday nights, when I do arrive, you can catch me on the NFC Beast. Oh, it's going to be a painful one this weekend. Painful one. And also, soon as it all comes together, I will be part of an NBA syndicate with Chris and Coach Dante and Key for NBA Talk on Friday night. So once that gets together, I'll be a part of that. And also, you could catch me writing for Rigo's Rags for Washington Commanders blog. You can find that either on my Facebook group, LiveWire Sports Media, or on Twitter also. And you can always find me on my TikTok also and Instagram. So with that being said, I am Martin, Cool, Diva. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy your week. Enjoy this Thursday night football.
Have a good one.